The equation of a circle, it's pretty simple to work with. The thing you have to remember is that these are really the values that would tend to be filled into an equation of a circle. The x's, the y, the equal signs, the pluses, the minuses should be there. One of the things you have to keep in mind, though, is sometimes when you look at the equation of a circle, you may not have a minus sign in it between the x and the whatever number follows it. And a lot of people just overlook that and don't think, okay, what does that mean? Well, that means for us, when I look at this situation in example 5, first I want to find the equation of a circle that has a radius of 3 and a center at negative 2, 4. So this is h, this is k, this is r. Pretty straightforward. So when I start writing the equation of the circle, I'm going to have x minus negative 2 squared plus y minus negative 4 squared equaling r, which is 3 squared. Inside the parentheses, I'm subtracting negatives, so I end up with x plus 2 squared plus y plus 4 squared equaling 9. And that's the equation of the circle that's being described there. Sometimes if they reverse it and say, okay, here's the equation of the circle, tell me what the radius and center are. I'll have students that'll tell me on this circle that the radius and center are at 2, 4 because they're just looking at the numbers there. Well, those plus signs, are not part of the defined structure of the equation of a circle. I should have minus signs there. And if I don't have minus signs there, that means that something occurred to make them change to a plus sign. And that's the case that I'm multiplying by a negative. So I'd have to know that, excuse me, that the two, that if there's a negative x value or a negative y value, it's going to put a plus sign into the formula and vice versa. The equation of the circle has a center at negative 2, negative 3, and passes through 2, 5. So if I start filling in the information, I have x minus negative 2 squared plus y minus negative 3 squared equals, well, I'm looking for the radius. Well, they don't tell us what the radius is. They're telling us that the circle passes through 2, 5. So basically what they're saying here is, okay, and I'm not going to draw it super well. We have negative 2, negative 3 as the center of the circle. So this is negative 2, negative 3. At 2, 5, the circle is passing through there. Which means if I find the distance between these two guys, that is the radius. So I'm going to say, okay, the radius of this circle is going to be the square root of negative 2. I don't know why I put a comma there. Yikes. Minus 2 squared plus negative 3 minus 5 squared equals, I'm going to have negative 4 squared, which is 16. I'm going to have negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8 squared is 64, which basically gives me the square root of 80. Not a perfect square, but here's the good part about it. I don't need it to be a perfect square because I know that r squared, I know that r is the square root of 80, and I'm going to be squaring it as part of the formula. So when I simplify this, I'm going to have x plus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equaling, if I square a square root, those are inverse functions, they just cancel, so I would get 80. And those are the equations of the two circles that's being described here.